In this video, I'm going to show you how to pick the right replacement pump so that it performs the same as your original. Hey, I'm Matt from Pumpsmith. I'm just making this video to help you guys out. There's going to be a link in the description if you want your pump sized by us. Just wanted to throw that out there. I'll get a little more into that at the end of the video, but let's get started. If you're struggling with finding the right replacement pump, this video walks you through exactly what you need to do so that you don't waste money on the wrong one. Trust me, it's a can of worms. It's a lot of drama. You don't want to deal with it. All right. Okay, so before even step one, there's a few things you need to know about the pump you're replacing. You need to know the size of the pipes coming into and going out of the pump. You need to know the dimensions of the pump and the kind of power you have available. If you're watching this video, it's probably safe to assume you already know that, but it's too crucial. I got to throw that in there. If you don't know, it's pretty easy to figure out. Just examine the pump you're replacing. Hopefully the nameplate is still readable. Okay, so now we can sort of get into it. The first thing we want to do is find out the performance of your old pump. So many P's. Pump performance is shown through what is called a pump curve. This is what they usually look like. You can find this pretty easily if the nameplate on your pump is still readable. Just look up the pump curve for that make, model, and trim. Okay, so just like any other graph, you have your X and you have your Y. So X represents the flow. It's usually in gallons per minute, GPM. And Y represents the pressure, usually in feet of head. And this curve represents the performance of your pump. So that means over here in this corner, that's the most pressure this pump can produce. And over here in this corner is the most flow this pump can produce. So notice how there's always a trade-off. When you have the most pressure, you have the least flow. And when you have the most flow, you have the least pressure. So that means our sweet spot would be right around here to the left of this line. Now this is typically where our design point is. So in this example, the design point is 65 feet of head at 65 GPM. So you want to find another pump that has a similar design point to this. This is key. This is very crucial information right here. If you're working with the wholesaler, this will really help them narrow it down for you. And if you're looking online, you need to be including the design point in your search. Now you can start looking for a replacement pump that has a similar design point and meets all those basic needs we covered earlier. Has the same dimensions as your original pump, the same pipes coming into and going out of the pump, and it has the same power. This can be a really time-consuming process if you want it done right. If you already got enough on your plate, hit the link in the description and we'll size and quote a replacement pump for you. If you're trying to DIY this and find a replacement pump online, this next part is really going to help you out. We're going to show you a real pump curve and the pieces of information you need to look at to make sure you're comparing the two.
Okay, so this is more or less what you're going to be looking at. I'm going to show you a few pieces of information to keep an eye on so you can make sure you're getting a fair comparison. Starting at the top, we have the speed, the hertz, and the RPMs. So we got 60 hertz and 3,500 RPMs. We got the RPMs down here again. It's a little redundant, but this is the speed. You want this speed to match on your new pump curve. The 1.5x2 is the discharge size and the inlet size of the pipe connections. The 6 is the diameter of the impeller. Okay, the next thing we're going to take a look at is the graph itself. So you can see on the x-axis, the scale is going by 20 and we're using gallons per minute. And on the y-axis, we're also going by 20 and we're using feet of head. So you want to make sure the new pump curve you're looking at has the same scale and the same units of measurement. You'll notice several curves for one pump. This represents how the same pump will perform when the impeller is trimmed down. You only have to focus on one at a time.
That's about all for this one. If you have any questions, comment them below or email them to support@pumpsmithco.com. Again, there's a link in the description if you want your replacement pump sized and quoted by us. It's totally free. And yeah, thanks for watching.